Hey everyone, thanks so much for 100 subscribers. It really means a lot to me that you have all supported the channel so much, and I hope to grow even more in the future. A couple days ago, I put up a poll on my channel for you guys to vote on which video I should do for this occasion, and the majority voted for a top 10 bucket list coasters video, so that is what I will be bringing to you today. I'll have a list of parks I've already been to on screen right now, so obviously none of the coasters from these parks will be on the list. With that being said, let's get started. Pantherian at King's Dominion is an intimate giga coaster that is considered by many to be the most intense coaster on the planet. I don't value pure intensity as much as airtime or pacing, but I would still love to experience this, since it looks like a one-of-a-kind coaster. After a 300-foot first drop, this coaster hits 90 miles per hour and goes straight into this infamous blackout turn, which has been known to make some people pass out from the sustained positive Gs. The rest of the ride is filled with these super snappy turns and a couple of fun-looking camelbacks. This coaster is too intense for many of the GP, but it looks like a great time. Maverick at Cedar Point was the first ever Intamin Blitz, and it still looks like one of the best. Similar to Pantherian, this ride is characterized by its snappy turns and intense ride experience. However, Maverick barely stands a third of Pantherian's height. So why do I want to ride it so much? The main reason is the launches. The first launch acts as sort of a high-speed lift, which goes straight into that wild beyond vertical drop. The real highlight though is the second launch, which blasts you from 0 to 70 miles per hour straight out of a tunnel, which just sounds awesome, especially at night. Theory 325 at Carowinds is a B&M Giga, and if you've seen my top 10 B&M video, hold on, spoiler alert incoming, it placed number 1 because this coaster looks crazy fast. The fact that all the elements are so close to the ground really looks like it shows off its speed, and some of these moments, like the treble clef turnaround, seem really fun and unique. The one moment that I'm most looking forward to experiencing has to be that first drop, since the biggest drop I've ridden is Goliath's, and well, yeah. People have described it as a never-ending first drop, which you have to admit sounds really cool. Air Force One at Funspot Atlanta is a new for 2023 RMC iBox coaster. This is one of Joe Drave's first RMC coasters, and he really nailed it with this creation. After watching some POVs and reviews, the conclusion that I've come to is that every element looks like it really hits. There's not a single moment where the ride lets up, and it just looks crazy the whole way through. From that drawn-out 0G stall, to the arcade roll, to that insane quad-down ending, this whole ride looks fast-paced and airtime-filled, which sounds like my kind of coaster. Taiga at Linnenmaki is yet another Intamin Blitz, and it's our first out-of-country coaster on this list. As far as I've seen, this looks like the best Intamin outside of maybe Velocicoaster, which is such an amazing ride, so I would love to see how Taiga feels in comparison. It looks to be a bit more intense than Velocicoaster, but with obviously less theming. This coaster has great pacing, some wacky elements, and a truly beautiful setting on the hillside. Taiga looks like pure fun and would be a great reason to go out to Finland. Ride to Happiness at Plopsaland de Pan is a mock extreme spinner, one of only 2 in the world. And I'm sorry, time traveler, but this thing is absolutely the better of the 2. When you just look at the stats, it's not a very impressive ride, standing only 108 feet tall, hitting 59 miles per hour, and having 5 inversions. But if you watch a POV, or better yet, go out and ride it for yourself, this coaster looks absolutely wild. The spinning cars means the whole ride is super chaotic, and when you pack in 2 launches, a JoJo roll, and this flying snake dive thing, you get one of the best rides ever created. Hokuge is an RMC hybrid at Nagashima Spaland in Japan, and this thing looks so impressive. That blue track with those white supports is absolutely stunning, and it rides really well too. Hokuge has what looks like scaled up versions of many of those classic RMC elements, and the ejector airtime seems off the charts. This coaster has some good lateral moments too, making for one of the most well-rounded RMC hybrids. Even though it's in the same park as a massive giga coaster that holds the coaster length world record, it still stands out as the best in Nagashima Spaland. Ejinika is an SNS 4th Dimension coaster at Fuji-Q Highland, also in Japan. I've ridden X2, and I absolutely love that ride, so you can imagine my thoughts when I first heard of Ejinika. This is basically a bigger, faster version of X2 that fixes all the problems that ride had. It's smoother, possibly more intense, and has some wild looking elements like that 0G roll front flip thing. Many people who have ridden Edge and Leica rank it as their #1 overall, so I'm obviously dying to travel to Japan and see what all the hype is about. Zadra at Energylandia in Poland is yet another RMC hybrid, and this might just be the best paced coaster in the world. There's not a single dead spot on this ride. Every moment of it has something going on. Zadra flows so seamlessly from one element to the next, and while it doesn't have the same level of insane injector airtime as some other RMCs, the pacing definitely makes up for it. The stall looks like one of the best in the world, and you're just hanging there forever. The S-hole near the end of the ride also looks crazy. RMC has truly made something special with this coaster. Steel Vengeance, as most of you probably know, is an RMC hybrid at Cedar Point. I know a lot of you are probably tired of seeing Steel Vengeance at the top of lists, but it's definitely for a good reason. This coaster has the world record for the most airtime at 27 seconds, which is pretty insane. Along with this, it throws you through 4 inversions and over 5,000 feet of track. I've heard people say that the ending is repetitive, but come on, it's repetitive ejector airtime. I can't complain about that. This looks like it would definitely be one of my favorite coasters, and I really hope to ride it someday. Alright everyone, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks again for 100 subscribers. If you did enjoy the video, like and subscribe to get that number even higher. See you all next time.